Next item. This was also in the WikiLeaks and a piece of reporting by the Bush-led Carlyle group, and it was detailing the levels of funding in the Great Bailout, which was another harvesting exercise back in 2007, 8 and 9. And victims of the credit crisis, Bear Stearns, which is an investment bank, was saved from bankruptcy by the government, which was backed by a sale to JP Morgan, Lehman Brothers. Of course, they went bankrupt as well. AIG, the world's largest insurance company, was bailed out. Washington Mutual, which was the 6th largest US bank at the time, assets seized by the government and sold to JP Morgan. Yet in the plot now. Wachovia, which was the 3rd largest US bank at the time, was sold to Wells Fargo after an aborted bid by the Citigroup. Under the Troubled Asset Relief Plan, the Treasury Department purchasing up to $250 billion in equity stakes in US financial institutions, including $20 to $25 billion stakes in Bank of America, Citigroup, and Wells Fargo. $250 billion of our treasury money. And also 10 billion stakes in Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. And there you have the 5 cabal banks of America. The 6th got swallowed up, Washington Mutual. Purchasing also up to 700 billion of financial sector assets. The FDIC is guaranteeing certain types of bank debt and has increased deposit insurance to $250,000. Ooh, with billions going missing. That's going to really help, isn't it? Quarter of a million when 700 billion and 250 billion in equity stakes is going missing. The Federal Reserve had taken extraordinary steps, allowed banks to post unconventional assets, fake notes in other words, as collateral, and begun purchasing commercial paper from corporations and extended a $50 billion credit line to money market funds, and also began paying interest on bank reserves. The United Kingdom, Royal Bank of Scotland, the British government is recapitalising Europe's largest bank by assets, HBOS, and Lloyds, and the UK government injected capital into both banks, which is Britain's 4th and 5th largest, having already engineered, this is from the Carlyle group, remember, they engineered their merger. Harvesting again. Northern Rock and Bradford and Bingley, 2 of the UK's largest mortgage lenders, became insolvent and were subsequently nationalised. In Germany, Hypo Real Estate bailed out by the German government. In France and Belgium, Fortis, Europe's 11th largest bank, was sold off piecemeal. And partially Dexia, France and Belgium were forced to recapitalise Europe's 16th largest bank. Then it became to specific national policies that included the UK government had to guarantee bank debt and injecting £50 billion into banks of the public's money, I might add, including Royal Bank of Scotland, HBOS and Lloyds TSB. Just plucked £50 billion out of mid-air. Can't put even a tenth of that towards the people. Germany, it was said, it was guaranteeing up to 544 billion of bank debt and plans to buy equity stakes worth up to 109 billion. France started to create a state fund, people again, to buy stakes in financial institutions, and has guaranteed 435 billion of bank debt passed to the people. Spain was guaranteeing 136 billion of new bank debt and plans to set up a facility to purchase equity stakes and plans to buy up a 68 billion of bank assets. Iceland has nationalised its entire banking system and may borrow billions of dollars from Russia and also the IMF. All nicely engineered and harvesting designated for further up the chain. They took advantage of the collapse of the financial system after the trust pulled out and started eliminating the lower end, using the public's money, I might add.